see to it that we get maximum facilities infrastructure wise to our students. It starts with the better selection process at the entry level. For last 2-3 years, we have made attempts to see that at the entry level we get better and smarter students. Though not a single spot for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that two
better and smarter students.
from minority community
Though
have
not a single
in our
for all the caste and creed.
that
As you must have
shows
already learnt that two
our commitment
better and smarter students.
Minority community,
Though
not the college
not a single for all the caste and creed.
we don't
As you must have already learnt
size of the
that two
our commitment
better and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that two our commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that two our commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community. Though not a single for all the caste and creed. As you must have already learnt that all commitment and smarter students. Minority community.
having cooperated, supported to make this conference a success. Special mention of our principal, Dr. Fadnis, and her team. Team includes many names, so I would not take names, but many people under Fadnis has not seen time, they have not seen their watch, but they have worked overnight for this conference to be made successful. Last point about the smart college concept. I am really indebted and obliged to Suhas Pednekar ji, Dr. Sanjay Oak, Vice Chancellor D.Y. Patil, and Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh. Yesterday, Dr. Sanjay Deshmukh has coined one slogan, to reach the unreached. Sir, we have taken note of your words and we will follow that path. So we already had in our minds and we have been doing in little ways, but now henceforth we will make it an effort to reach all the underprivileged and unreached people, unreached students, to see that college truly becomes smart. Smart college concept, as was told to me, it has come from the smart city concept. Smart, it is actually direction towards making this India smart. So smart nation in the world is in smart India, smart city, and on the lower level it is smart college, and then it goes to smart students. Our endeavor is to make each and every student smart by giving them value added ethical education. It is not only academics, it is not only the syllabus, but it is a value added education so that they leave our college and they feel smart to face this world. With this, I would conclude my speech and I would ask one return gift from our principal that now henceforth we will grow more and more. As she has said, the trustees have given one gift. Trustee will seek a return gift from her. We will really make this college a smart college and see that our students, those who are outgoing students from this college, are really truly smart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your pearls of wisdom. So you mentioned about continuing with what we learned yesterday about reaching out to the unreached. I would like to draw attention that our founder member of VES, Harsuji Advani, has always believed in that right from the time the institution has been founded. He has had his motto to reach out to the unreached, and as you correctly said, sir, two of our toppers at the university are from the minority community, and we have several of our students who are from the minority community who feel they feel safe with us, they feel they'll get the right things that they need to learn, and they're progressing so well. I think we need a big round of applause for what our college is doing without any commercialization of education. I'm sure, sir, we will get all the support that we need from the management to really make our college truly smart. May I now call upon our another trustee member of VES, Lakshman Kanal sir, Advocate Lakshman Kanal sir, to please address the gathering.
Chief guest for the occasion, Dr. Yadav, Mr. Gattu, HR BPCL, Mr. Bhave, my friend, our secretary, Mr. Dinesh Tehrani ji, Dr. Furnace, our Shri Sastra Budhe ji, and my dear friends, all faculty members. After hearing the nutshell of this conference, I felt that I have missed out something in my life. The gist was so enlightening. I was just feeling it. What I would have been changed my personality if I would have been attended the full conference. The smart college, in a nutshell, which I gathered, we have to reach unreached. The classroom interactions, academic performance, field work, and we have to go beyond the academics. There are several subject matter which were discussed in the last 2 days, which I can gather right now. If we really work on it, and I feel if we have to work on it, this Vivekanand Institute will definitely reach out at beyond its limits to make this smart city, smart country. We have so much potentiality in our college. We have so much potentiality in our faculties. We have so much potentiality in our principals that really they can work out and see to it in a very short period what we are looking at 2020 Make in India. We can go up to 2020 smart colleges to smart country, and I wish all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lakshman Kanal sir, for your short and most effective speech. I don't think, sir, you've missed out on the sessions. We have become smart, and I'm sure you can see all of those sessions on YouTube, and the link is be provided to you. In fact, Shirke madam told me that she was watching everything live from her office there. So I'm sure you can catch up on whatever you've missed, sir. May I now call upon Dr. Bhave Vice President of Vijnana Bharati, to address the gathering.
Dignitaries on the stage and friends. Can I say friends? I'm here for last 2 days and I've enjoyed being with you. Actually, I'm a small man, as you can see, and I'm feeling even smaller in the presence of people like Professor Yadav and Gattuji. But all the same, I'm representing Vijnan Bharati Mumbai from here. We have got our All India Organizing Secretary Jain Sahasrabuddhe and our Secretary Professor Rajwade here. Now, I can say that I was here for last 2 days and I have enjoyed being here. Although I may not have got smarter, but I think all of you present here have gone much more smarter. Of course, I am giving a speech from an IT-enabled latest hall, which also I am enjoying. Our Vijnan Bharati, as you know, is an all India body with 26 units all over India. We work from Mumbai and we have conducted good many programs in Mumbai, seminars. The latest one was on smart cities, and I am very happy it is being followed by a smart college. So, very nice thing, and we feel very happy about it and very proud about it. And we feel our association with this college and has been very useful, fruitful and good for us. We have already conducted quite a few programs in the past with which we are associated, and we are happy we are associated with this program as well. And I have always seen that the trustees as well as the principal madam and her all big team, they always take full interest in whatever little or big program is being conducted in this place. So I would say we are very happy and very much thankful, and we'll be happy to continue this association in future also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhave Kaka, if I may call you so. I was so impressed with one of his acts when one of the ICT person in the morning said that normally mobile smartphones are not used by senior citizens because they will say, why you need all of that, we have worked in our own way. He took out his smartphone from his pocket and he waved out and he said, don't ever say that senior citizens cannot use smartphones. So that was so very sweet of you, sir. And thank you so much, sir, for your collaborative functioning through Vijnana Bharati, for helping us hosting this unique conference so effectively and smoothly. And we pray that such collaborative initiatives will be continued in future, sir, with your support and guidance. I now consider it my utmost pleasure to introduce our guest of honor for the valedictory function, Sri Srikant P. Gattu. Currently, Srikant Gattu is the Director of Human Resources at Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, or BPCL. Prior to joining BPCL, Sir has been associated with BHEL and NTPC, both public sector organizations. He is also chairman on the board of two companies, Petronet India Limited and Petronet CCK Limited. Sir has a master's degree in personnel management from the University of Pune and is also a fellow of LEAD India International. LEAD stands for Leadership for Environment and Development. He has also completed the prestigious INSEED International Directors Program, which is aimed at providing specific competences and credibility to directors and the boards on which they serve on. Under his able leadership as Director HR at BPCL, the organization has been conferred with several prestigious recognitions in the HR and CSR domains, which includes HR Excellence Award from India Today Group, BPCL being among the top 10 CSR companies in India from the Economic Times, as well as the World Petroleum Council's Award for Project Boon. I think they deserve a big round of applause for that. Sir, indeed, we are extremely pleased to have you with us today, and may we now ask you or request you to address the gathering on the occasion of the valedictory function. Sri Srikant Gattu ji.
Professor Yadav, Dr. Bhave, Dr. Fadnis, Professor Rajavade, Shri Tailyani ji, Shri Sahasrabuddhe ji, Shri Lakshman ji, Shri Joshi ji, Madam Mary Stephen, and all the, I would say, friends in the audience. First and foremost, let me start with a gratitude. My gratitude to this institute of Vivekananda Education Society, because my children have studied here and they have become good human beings apart from being successful in their own lives. And also my wife was associated with Rojiram Thadani, which is another Vivekananda Education Society. So she was the first teacher and also the first headmistress. And then after working for 9 years, now she had moved on to National Institute of Hearing Handicap, where she is head of the education department. So the association is long and I would say fundamental to my existence. Again, the other part which is extremely inspirational is the name of the institute, which is coming from Swami Vivekananda, who continues to be an inspiration for all of us in all walks of the society and for that matter the entire world. But in particular, I would say in the area of nation building and man making, as he used to call it, he continues to be a youth icon even after more than 125 years. That is something which is amazing to me, how he continues to be a youth icon despite being more than a century. He was born more than a century plus, and that is something which I think is an inspiration for many of the lives here. Coming to the Bharat Petroleum, we are your friendly neighborhoods industry. We have a huge refinery in Chembur, and in whatever way we can be useful to the society, we try to be there. We are involved with a lot of education projects. Some of them have been launched from Vivekananda Education Society, in particular regarding the recognition of meritorious students who do extremely well in the board examinations. They, in the hall, in the school close by, your own school, we felicitate them on an annual basis. This has been going on for quite some time. We are also working with not only that, but also students who require support. They may not be able to pass on their own, so the students who are not so strong in academics, we work with them also. And in Mahol village, which is our neighborhood village in Chembur, we are closely associated with whole lot of activities over there. Something was mentioned about CSR. So actually CSR now has become a little dirty word because it is often associated with public relations or for that matter a compulsory spend under the Companies Act and stuff like that. But just to sort of put the context right, BPCL has been in this activity much before the Companies Act, and generally you will not see anywhere any publicity material around our CSR activity. We don't believe in that. In particular, we are involved in 3 spaces. Since it is mentioned, I am just touching upon that. Education, water, as well as skill development. In education, in last 5 years, we have touched the lives of more than 5 lakh students across the length and breadth of the country. And something which we are extremely happy about is that in a district called Nandurbar in Maharashtra, which has one of the poorest record in education, despite being part of Maharashtra, which has extremely good education record, it is one district which is laggard, and we are last 5 years we are working over there, and the whole district has been adopted by us, and we are working with all the schools which are in that district. It's a work which I think will keep us busy for next 10-15 years. It's not getting over very quickly. So that is one area of work which we do. Project Boond is basically we are working on villages which are water starved or water deficit, and we make them water not only sufficient but surplus. And more than 150 villages of the country have been worked upon by us, and they are also today water positive. And one example is not very far from here, which is a small village called Mokhada, which is north of Mumbai. And it is one village which was having not only water shortage, but people were dying of water poisoning. And that is something which we were very happy to be associated with College of Social Work Mumbai, who have worked in this direction and made it a water positive village. I am specific. I think perhaps I am the only industry representative in the last 2 years, 2 days of conference. So a little bit I want to talk about, because you would have often heard people complaining that the graduates who are passing out from the colleges are not employable. This is something which is often a statement which is made by people. Perhaps data also supports that to some extent. Uh, that's basically the issue of quality, and I think last 2 days you have focused exactly on that. So we are not complaining about it. What we have said is we will work on that. So we have started with all the partners in the hydrocarbon sector, which is downstream, upstream, midstream, services sector, private, public, multinationals. We have worked with all of them, and we have created a hydrocarbon skill development council. And this council has identified 156 various skills which are not only for the people who are ITIs or diploma engineers, degree engineers and everything else. And then we have identified levels of skills which are required. And with that background, we are putting some serious amount of investment in really bridging the gap which is there between the college graduates or school graduates or ITI pass outs and what exactly industry is needing. And this is, we are coming with the first skill development institute at Kochi in Kerala, because lots of people from there are also going abroad for education, for jobs. So we are working on that, and we also are trying to fill the gap in whichever area which is possible. In fact, what is a little surprising to us, that examination like GATE, 18 lakh students appear for that, and primarily it was designed for getting into the postgraduate education, but is now used by public sectors and everybody else for employment. But out of 18 lakh students, people who really get employed are less than a lakh. So which is, there's a big area of work. Hydrocarbon sector has projected in next 10 years about 20 lakh jobs, and this skill development council will work towards in that direction. So finally, I would only say that ICT is something which we have in our own industry space also. We are used in an extensive way, because we have a large number of people who join the companies, and how do we ramp them up? And this is the fastest and the easiest way for people to ramp up. Also provide the skills and training during the service career. Thousands of people are being connected. E-learning is the way of life, but I also believe that everything cannot be e-learning. The connection, the presence of the teacher, and what can really happen in the classroom, only that can happen there itself. So that is the way forward. And I would only suggest, in fact, I had a couple of conversations just before coming here, how can we have a larger industry academia interface? Because if we are able to strengthen this part, then the last mile of connecting the students with the job market will really get fulfilled. We will be more than happy to be associated with that. Thank you very much.
So that was so very encouraging, sir. At the outset, we are very happy to know that you are associated with your family and you regard with gratitude the association with VES. I'm sure we all in VES consider ourselves as a family, and we always have that sense of belonging with our own institutions. We are proud to be members of this great institute. We were very happy to know about the CSR activities. They say that when you work for somebody else, don't make a big issue out of it. So I appreciate that, sir. And also the fact that what is industry's expectations from students or graduates, or how do they go about with the placements. So we would really be obliged if you could associate with us through our placements and help some of our students in future to get placements, sir. It is now my privilege and pleasure to introduce our chief guest for the valedictory function, Professor G.D. Yadav. He's the Vice Chancellor of Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai. This is also ICT, coincidentally. And we are talking about ICT, which was formerly UDCT. R.T. Modi Distinguished Professor, J.C. Bose National Fellow conferred on him by DST, Government of India. Adjunct Professor at RMIT University, Australia, and University of Saskatchewan, Canada. To name some of his fellowships, he is a Fellow of the World Academy of Sciences in Italy. He belongs to the Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers, Catalysis Society of India. He is the President, Maharashtra Academy of Sciences. Sir has supervised 83 doctoral students and 88 master students and has authored over 330 original research papers. He also holds 75 patents and has authored 3 books. Sir has over 7,300 citations to his credit. I think when you see his CV, the list just goes on, and we really don't know what all to cover about Sir. Sir has been greatly influenced by Swami Vivekananda and Vedic literature and is in fact a poet. He has written a very melodious university song for ICT. The American Chemical Society has published a Festschrift in Sir's honor. A Festschrift is something where they honor a great scientist or any academician in their own lifetime, which is a very, very unique and rare experience, in order to highlight his exceptional research contributions in the field of chemical engineering. This was presented in the December 2014 issue of the Industrial and Engineering Chemistry Research, which is available for you at any other click of a button. And the title of this Festschrift is Versatility and Humility. Thy name is Professor G.D. Yadav. I think it deserves a big round of applause for that. I think you need a standing ovation. There is a lot more to come, ma'am. There's a lot more to come. This is just not it. Sir has been awarded several Lifetime Achievement Awards, Best Researcher Awards, Best Teacher Award by Government of Maharashtra, Innovator of the Year Award, National Award for the Most Outstanding Academician, and many, 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 many more by several organizations and universities. It comes as no surprise then that Professor G.D. Yadav has been bestowed by the Government of India with the most prestigious Padma Shri Award in the field of science and engineering. Last month, on 26 January 2016, this truly deserves a standing ovation. We are so proud that we have you amidst us, sir. We are extremely grateful to Professor Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav for being amidst us today, and undoubtedly we could not have got a better person than you, sir, to give the valedictory address for a national conference on smart colleges. Sir, I welcome you onto the stage.
Good evening, everybody. Namaskar. Sri Gatu, Director HR BPCL, Dr. Bide, Dr. Bhave rather, Dr. Fadnis, Sri Lakshmanji, Jayantrao Sahasrabuddhe, Dr. Rajwade, fellow teachers, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, let me thank you most profusely for inviting me to be the chief guest for this valedictory function. I'm sorry that I was delayed because I was trying to achieve many things in one single day. I was supposed to be here in the morning, and madam said, you could come in the evening, and I had some other assignments which needed to be finished before 5 o'clock. And that was a written address which I am giving day after tomorrow at Amravati University for their convocation. So I had to send it anyhow, and they wanted that in Marathi, so I had to write it and then get it typed and check it. So I'm sorry that I got delayed because of that, but I was committed that I will come here. And at the very beginning, let me compliment Swami, this Vivekananda Education Society for organizing this very interesting seminar, Evolving a Smart College, Concept, Opportunities and Challenges. Now, who is not smart in today's world? Everybody is smart because we are using the smartphone, and even the toddler who is born yesterday wants to push some button and send a picture to his grandma or granddad, maybe in United States or from there here. So we are already smart. But are we smart citizens? That is the question, and that is what the colleges are supposed to do. It is said that the world is full of a trinity, and in Hindu scriptures we have this trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Okay, it summarizes everything from beginning to end. from birth to death. So, in the context of day-to-day life, the trinity is change, challenge, and opportunity. Every day changes are taking place which we don't realize. In fact, the next day when there is a headline in the newspaper, we say, oh, there's something changed yesterday. We don't even realize the changes. And to accommodate those changes, and the kind of challenges which we have, is again another, facet of this modern life. And as far as the concept of smart colleges is concerned, there are many more opportunities by which we can make our students responsible citizens of the country. The smart college doesn't just, it's not a narrow concept, it's a big concept actually. And in today's highly provocative world, it's a very provocative word. People provoke each other at every drop of hat and they challenge you, and you challenge your conscience. So it's very important for us to stand, stare, and think and see where are we going. If, in nanotechnology, there is a bottom to top, approach, and top to bottom approach. They say that you go to a nano material and then you build on your, particles and, materials and devices. And at a nano scale, for example, gold at a nano scale is not a metal. It is a liquid. Its boiling point much lower, So, and its properties are unique. It doesn't look like even gold, Or carbon doesn't look like dark, it is just white. So it's very interesting. So in other words, what it means, when you go to the individual who constitutes this college, that is every student is this college, is like the nano material according to me. And if we can change the properties of this nano material, we can change the concept of the college. So that is the whole role of this smart college. So we have to look at individuals. And I still remember, when I was trying to admit my kids to Don Bosco High School, because it's just outside my institute, so just walking distance. So I went there, and the father interviewed me and my wife, and they asked so many questions. And of course, my son was admitted, and but then I said to myself, supposing they had invited my parents for this interview, I would not have been into this college. Because the kind of question they asked the 2.5-year-old kid, and the parents also break their head to make the kid smart overnight so that he or she is admitted. I don't think that is a correct way of approaching education. Anybody who enters the school or college must be taken as a raw material and convert that raw material into a finished product. And that is the concept of smart college. That is a smart college. It's not that you are smartly dressed, you have very nice facilities, you sit there, teachers come and write on the board, maybe make use of ICT which you talk about, and then the students learn. I don't think that is smartness. Smartness is giving them value education. Smartness is making them independent. Smartness is making them decent human beings. And smartness is making them, responsible citizens. That is what is smartness. Otherwise, as a country, India is a great country, and I've been giving talks on this subject, and I say that if we don't grow at a rate of 9.5% per year, by 2035 we would be finished, no matter which party rules us. So we have to grow at that rate. And how do we grow at that rate? Unless we have a manufacturing sector contributing something like 24 to 25% to GDP and something like 68% by the service sector, India cannot be a great country. And this is where the value of education lies. This is where the concept of smart city or smart college comes into picture. Then we go to smart city. Suppose Vivekananda College is a smart college. Is Mumbai a smart city? That is the next question. Because it is like the nano concept I told you, because it is made of elements or particles, and they grow, and then we make a smart. Then smart college, smart city, smart nation. Okay, smart state maybe. Tomorrow they will declare this, let us have a concept of smart state. You can imagine how difficult it would be, because there are so many heterogeneous groups, different ideologies who are not cohesive. Then we cannot become a smart nation. To become smart nation, we must have all these, these attributes. This is where I think colleges have a much bigger role to play in the lives of the students. The moment the student enters, this I say to my students, so long as you are outside the gate, front gate, I have nothing to do with you. Okay? But once you come inside, it is my bounden duty to ensure that you are educated properly. If you have financial difficulties, I must ensure that you are given support by somebody, which we do, and we have more than 300 and now 60 scholarships ranging from 10,000 to 1 lakh rupee in my institute, and it is given irrespective of caste, creed, race, religion, language. Anybody who needs money, we provide that money to that, and I must be grateful to my alumni and philanthropists. Some of them are anonymous donors who help students. They think, let these students become smart so that they can contribute to society. So ultimately, we have to do in the service of society. And I've been telling my colleagues and my students, ensure that you contribute to society. Do not be selfish all the time. Ensure that you return in something. In fact, our friends who are billionaires, okay? And some of the friends, billionaires don't give any advertisement also. Sometimes you go for, give some advertise for this souvenir. They say, oh, sorry, my financial situation is not good. Now, if somebody who owns, property worth of crores say that his financial condition is not good, I laugh at it. And one day I told one of my friends, you are not going to take your wealth with you to heaven. It is going to be here, and your children are going to fight on your wealth. So why don't you distribute that wealth during your lifetime to some good schools, colleges, universities, so that the society will, benefit. Believe me, this is the concept which Americans have, practiced throughout their life. I was in United States when 9/11 happened. During that time, I was there for 1 year. I remember that within 1 week, the Red Cross there got all the money which was required for rebuilding those twin towers. Without asking, there was no appeal by the President of America or anybody here. Our higher authorities have to appeal for drought, at the same time flood. And these appeals and people, then only they contribute. Our Times of India fund or this fund, that fund. We are not generous. Indians are not generous that way. They are generous in heart, but they are not. They are chingu. They don't want to give money to, educational institutes and professional bodies. And I think this is where the concept of small college also comes into picture. So I'm very happy that BPCL is doing something and adopting, a backward district in Maharashtra. I have huge connection with your organization. I have one of the professors' position created by you, so I know BPCL how they are doing. I think you do more. Okay, you should do more, because the profits what you make, CSR 2% is peanut for you. Okay, so go and and according to me, what is required under CSR? Although I also benefit, my institute benefits, I means my institute, that you must educate girls. So wherever there are programs for girl education, educate them. Because 50% population is girls. And my plea, I had done it when Arjun Singh was the HRD minister, and I had a one-to-one meeting with him once, and I said, sir, why don't you educate girls free up to PhD? So he looked at me and he said, oh, good concept. Then he said, what is the use? I said, you know what is the use? The use is that if we educate girls up to SSC, maybe degree, maybe postgraduate, maybe PhD, it does not mean 50% of the population will be PhD. But that opportunity exists for them to go to that. And if they are given this opportunity, parents cannot stop the girls from going to college. Correct? Or from going to higher education. So what happens? Automatically their marriageable age goes up. Population comes down. And no mother in the world would like her son or daughter to be a terrorist or bandicoot or whatever. They will always like their children to be the best citizens. That is the heart of a mother. So I think if we educate our women folk, we will have an enlightened society, and one generation thereafter, India will be a great country. And this is my personal belief. I think I have spoken it on many fora. In fact, I once told in the National Knowledge Commission, and those people said, "Oh, why do you think so?" I said, "You think on this. It is not the money is not there. Money is there among different ministries. They have to just redistribute it. They have to redistribute it, and you can have incentive. And also, another thing, because when sometimes you put this criteria of, economic criteria, people bring false certificates. So let us not have economic criteria. We say even Tata, Birla, Ambani, they can also take free education. It is up to them, to their conscience, that whether they want free education. It's like that, the gas connection, that you do. Giving up your LPG gas, it's a very good concept. That way also we should do it, so that if the lady folks are educated, India will be a great country, and then smartness will automatically come into colleges. It will also, dispel the concepts of social harmony, because girls will choose their own partners, isn't it? So parents don't have to worry about dowry and this and that, and they will have registered marriage. They can choose from different caste community. This will be another way of bringing social harmony. Not many people think on that, but this is my personal belief, is that girls' education should be free, and we should give them lot of incentives. Only then India will be an enlightened nation. Of course, that is not because there are so many girls here. I'm just saying this because it's my personal belief. But I'm very happy that there are so many ladies on the last day of this workshop, which you have, or rather conference, which you organize here. I'm sure erudite thoughts must have been presented by different speakers, and I don't want to, keep you waiting, because you are so smart. You are looking at your mobile phone and you are trying to send messages to your family members that this speaker is not stopping, and therefore, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for inviting me. Madam Fadnis, thank you very much for inviting me, and I appreciate that what Vijnan Bharati is doing. They are doing a great job for this country, and they are holding this kind of seminars. In fact, Madam Fadnis came to me. She said that Vijnan Bharati is involved in this. I said, okay, it will be my pleasure to come and address. But anyway, I was supposed to address on something else, but he called me for this meeting. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best. Be smart.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful address. You have ignited the minds of all present here. We are in no way tired, and no one of us is looking at their watches, I'm sure. We could have heard you on for one more hour if all that you said could really transcend into reality. Some of the concepts that you said relating nanotechnology with our students was so innovative an idea. You consider every student as a nanomaterial and see the unique potential that you can draw out in them, and realize that just like nanomaterials, they possess different qualities. That is amazing, so it has really touched our heart. And another thing is about the value education, being decent human beings, being responsible citizens. We have an eco-friendly campus, so we have a zero waste management in our own campus, but it really pains our heart when we see that our students maintain everything within the college, but the minute they are on the streets, they would not bother about throwing whatever waste is on the streets. So that is one thing which I think we should imbibe in our students, to become responsible citizens, and that is how would be the way to be truly smart. I think if we can ignite their minds in these aspects, our nation would go a long way. And I think it is not at the higher education level, it should be right from primary education that we inculcate these smart qualities in our students. So it's not only about smart colleges. I take this message home, sir, that we begin right from KG classes to become smart. And again, about women empowerment, sir, that was so deeply touching, that, and I'm sure many of them are agreeing with us. We have excellent women professionals here who are now part of our staff. So I'm sure Vivekananda Education is doing very well in encouraging women to go ahead. I believe Baroda University provides free education up to the higher level for women, and I pray that even Mumbai University would do that, sir. So these were the take-home messages. So I think, sir, this was a big round of applause for all the fantastic ideas that he shared with us, and he ignited our minds on that. I now call upon Fadnis ma'am to felicitate some of the people without whose help this entire conference would never have been possible. So madam has requested that she's given the time for conducting this felicitations. I call upon madam to continue.
Thank you, Professor Shantini. Well, as I mentioned that, we were to renovate this auditorium, but along with that, after I visited and met Dr. Sanjay Oak, Professor Sanjay Oak, Vice Chancellor, D.Y. Patil, I felt it as a challenge. Well, if we are doing a conference on smart college and these concepts, we're talking so much of ICT, we're talking about its relevance in education as well as administration. He said, I will not come there, you should have your video conferencing set up at your college. And I can't believe that within 15 days, it was a big task understanding what it means, what are the components to be purchased, and just getting things doesn't make anyone smart. Utilizing things, understanding the way this entire networking is to be done was just a very uphill task. Therefore, I felt we need to recognize those who have worked so much for learning, understanding, then our Rita madam for procuring it and having it on successfully for this conference. We have to recognize them for this great achievement. And it is, when we say a smart college, well, everyone has to be a part of that learning. It's not the top or just the bottom, all of them feeling associated with it. They were very, very thrilled about this idea that yes, we can have video conferencing done in our own auditorium. I would now request Rita madam to felicitate Mr. Shashank Joshi. He has worked day in and day out, literally even at nights he did this researching, and he has made it possible for this setup to be successfully implemented within 15 days. We would also like to recognize Mr. Vishwakarma from our VESASC sister institution. Please. They have some such facility at their campus. He was a part of the researching team and how things could be enabled at our college. Thank you, Mr. Vishwakarma ji, for all the help and being here continuously for 2 days. And it was a great success that this entire event is put on the YouTube. So it's a permanent record for our conference. And this, in this way that we are enabled, it's not just the end of the conference, but it is for the years to come, and all the teachers will have this great facility now to connect to students, your alumni who are abroad doing so wonderfully. You yourself can now really think on developing the e-content and loading your lectures for the students. That would be really usage of ICT. It just doesn't end with the conference. I would request Colonel Sir to felicitate Rita Madam. It was a tough task. bargaining, negotiating, having all these equipments procured in less than a week. Thank you so much, dear Rita. You have made a change to this auditorium. I would also like to recognize Team 1 representative. Rita madam. So you have made a big difference. To our auditorium. Thank you for this great support that you extended to our college. We are really proud of what you have made us today, IT enabled. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shantini. Please may continue.
Thank you, ma'am, for your most graceful acknowledgement of all the people who have been working so hard over the so many days to make this program a grand success. As always, your encouragement and appreciation is what even your word of encouragement, I think, can put a spark in the eyes of these people. That's all we need, a true leader. We would continue with our sense of gratitude and appreciation for all those who made this conference a big success. And I would like to call upon Dr. Anita Kanwar, IQAC member, to propose a formal vote of thanks. Dr. Anita.
Good evening, one and all. I hope you all had very good time and very good learning experience at our conference. On behalf of IQAC team and Vijnan Bharati team, I am here to propose vote of thanks. And my task is made much, much simpler by the rapporteurs, which have given their inputs to Mary ma'am, and she has summed very nicely. Then session chairs, those who have summed all the sessions after each session, and the comparers, those who have already thanked all the speakers which were present during this session. For today's valedictory function, my sincere thanks are due to our chief guest, Padma Shri Dr. G.D. Yadav. Thank you, sir. My thanks are only some few drops in the ocean. Okay. I thank HR Director, BPCL, Mr. Shrikant Gattu, for your generous support, sir, which is extended to our conference. As you have said that you are our neighbor, so we will be always seeking help from you in future also. Thank you, sir, for your all efforts which you have taken in the field of education, skill and social work. My thanks are due to all speakers of various sessions, and I also thank that they gave us what exactly is evolving as a smart college. These deliberations were very, very helpful for all of us, not only for us, it is for all of us. And those who have missed some of the sessions, we are proud to say that these sessions were streamed live on YouTube, and all the sessions are available on YouTube, starting from inaugural session to valedictory session. So if you have missed anything, you can still go to YouTube and see it from there. My thanks are due to the Vijnan Bharati Vice President, Dr. Bhave, who was all the time here, and he was watching us from far. He was session chair also for one of the sessions. I also thank other Vijnan Bharati members, Jayant sir, Rajwade sir, and the other members who were there in the inaugural session. My thanks are due to our society secretary, Mr. Dinesh Tehliani ji. Sir has summed up very nicely that what Vivekananda Education Society is all about. My thanks are also due to Kanal sir. Sir, thank you very much. In spite of your busy schedule, you have made it today. I thank all our sister institution heads, Sidhe madam, Joshi sir, and other dignitaries who were present earlier. I thank the principals of other colleges who have taken time from their busy schedule. I know how difficult task it is for a principal, because it is very difficult task to take time out of the schedule, because principal is busy full time on the campus, and in spite of their busy schedule, some of the principals have come to grace the occasion, this occasion. I thank our executive administrator Rita Wazirani, our brand head Sunita Shirke, and our CFO. My thanks are due to Team 1 Technologies. Without their help, video conferencing session, which was enjoyed by everyone, wouldn't have been possible. Thank you, sir. In the end, a conference is not successful if it is not a teamwork. And it is not only team of IQAC and Vijnan Bharati which has contributed in successfulness of this conference. It is entire college teaching staff, non-teaching staff, supporting staff. We were working day in and day out to make this conference successful. So my thanks are due to each and every member of Vivekananda Education Society. Thank you, one and all. And in the end, without you participant, it was not possible for us to have such wonderful sessions and the insight which will go into other colleges, not only in Maharashtra, but outside Maharashtra also, where we had participants from Bhopal, Delhi, Chennai, and Kerala, Jodhpur, so Ratnagiri, Jalgaon. I think I have not missed out anyone. So thank you one and all. This conference is successful because of you all. Thank you one and all. Yes, sir. Without your help, nothing is possible. It's a proof. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Anita Kanwar, for proposing a vote of thanks, and I'm sure she has not missed on any single person. And I think the people have become smart because they realize that if this is being conveyed live, they need not be physically present here. So I think the message has already gone to many of our delegates that they are getting it everything live. Unfortunately, a con of the smart initiative. Often when we think we are at the ending, we are in fact at the beginning of something else. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. As Winston Churchill said, now this is not the end. This is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. Let us all begin on our journey towards developing smart colleges, smart students, smart academicians, smart citizens, enriched as we are with the wonderful sessions and excellent speakers whom I am sure have elevated us to dream big and paved the path ahead for us to embark upon. As they say, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Hope you enjoyed being a part of this national conference as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. We at VES Arts, Science and Commerce College bid you saying goodbye and good luck. Now I request all of you to be standing up for the national anthem.
Hello. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विन्ध्य हिमाचल यमुना गङ्गा उच्छल जलधितरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
There's one more small announcement for collecting of your certificates. There are 3 tables laid outside. You have to contact Varsha Ganatra ma'am and please do it in order. You can collect your participation certificates from her. Thank you so much.